Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Revealing the Narc, and on this channel we dive deep into the intriguing world of narcissism. I'll often use public figures as examples to illustrate how these behaviors can manifest in real life. If this sounds interesting to you, please like and subscribe, and I should mention, everything I say on this channel is in my opinion, and it's all allegedly. I'd also like to clarify that I am not a therapist, and the content shared on this channel is not meant as professional advice. So let's get into the video. Today I want to get into this article that was published also today. Meghan Markle to give blessing for Lilibet and Archie to see King Charles on one condition. Meghan Markle may set aside the ongoing royal feud to allow her two children to see their paternal grandfather, King Charles. Can you believe it? Can you believe hurting a family so much, denying them the ability to see their grandchildren? And all of this is allegedly, okay guys? Like, we are going to do this video with the impression that there are children, and actually that's really important to keep in mind for this video, because I'm going to go into some reasons at the end why Meghan would be so controlling over who gets to see the children. Okay, so we have to assume for the intent of this video that the children exist. So imagine hurting a family so much and being like, yeah, you need to meet my demand in order to see my children. It's ridiculous. And then the person that you're saying that to is the King of England, King of the UK. And I'm sorry if I mess it up and I don't know that all the territories and all of that, but you all know what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous. Like, the arrogance it's just too much. Okay, so let's get into the article. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have reportedly purchased a new home in Portugal, with many fans believing that this move could allow the couple to get closer to the royal family without actually having to step foot in the UK. Despite the Duchess, 43, reportedly having concerns about the move, and Harry previously claiming that his wife would never return to the UK, an insider has suggested that the move could mean their children could have a chance to see their paternal grandfather. Okay, before we get into this, I don't believe that they've bought a home in Portugal. I really don't see it happening. I really don't see them having so much funds to be able to purchase a second home. And I don't think Meghan would ever leave the Hollywood area. I just don't see it happening. I think this was a story that was planted, and I think that this was a merging opportunity. This was, they got paid for saying that they bought a home. I really don't think they did. Let me know in the comments what you all believe. The article continues. Archie 5 and Lilibet 3 have spent very little time in the UK and have grown up in California after Harry and Meghan stepped down as senior working royals in 2020. But now it appears the Duke or the Duchess will allow her children to visit the UK on one condition. The source told Closer, "Now, if it is deemed safe from a security standpoint, it's likely she'll give her blessing for Harry to take Archie and Lilibet to see their grandpa, King Charles, at some point." One thing I want to point out here, that very last sentence in the first paragraph makes me angry. She is using her children as a pawn to get what she wants. She is denying access to her children unless she is given what she wants. Because let's say she's okay with if the only thing that's preventing the children from meeting grandpa, the security issue, so does that mean she would be okay if King Charles came and visited the children in LA or in Montecito or wherever it is that they're living? Because then there's no security issue for them, right? So that's the thing. This is just a manipulation. The children are being used as pawns, and this is something that narcissistic parents, unfortunately, they do this. Yeah, and I think there's going to be more of this to come. Meghan has only paid 2 visits to the UK since 2020, with Harry visiting more frequently than his wife. The Duchess last visited the UK in September 2022 with a visit that included attending the late Queen's funeral. Included? That was the main reason you went. What? I don't know. Do you guys see the manipulation and the belittling of the family there? If they weren't going for the funeral, they wouldn't be there. Their only purpose was the funeral. This is unbelievable to me. So you already know then where this article is coming from, right? Okay, so now let's get into what I think is probably the meat and potatoes of this video. Why would Meghan keep her children away from the royal family? The first reason is control and boundaries. Narcissists thrive on having control over their environment and relationships. By keeping her children away from the family, Meghan could be establishing boundaries that serve to protect her, but also her family's emotional landscape. This control allows her to dictate how and when her children interact with the royal family, potentially minimizing any negative influences or conflicts that could arise from royal expectations. It creates a scenario where she is the primary decision maker, reinforcing her role as the protector of the family's interests. So some short-term effects that could result from this is that the children may feel a sense of stability and security due to the strict boundaries set by their mother. They might experience a nurturing environment where their needs are attended to, fostering a close bond with her. But the long-term effects are, as they grow, they may struggle with navigating relationships outside their family, having been raised in a controlled environment. They might find it challenging to establish their own boundaries or recognize healthy dynamics, leading to potential issues in their personal and interpersonal relationships. It could be emotional leverage. Keeping her children away can be a strategic move to gain emotional leverage in her relationships with the royal family. By not allowing her children to participate in royal events, Meghan may be sending a message about her displeasure with how the family operates. This could serve as a way to assert power and influence, framing her absence as a statement against perceived injustices or flaws in the royal institutions. Such actions can amplify her narrative of being a devoted mother standing up against an archaic system, potentially garnering public sympathy and support. So what are some short-term effects that the children might experience? So they might be shielded from family conflicts, which could reduce their immediate stress, and they may see their mother as a protector, creating a strong sense of loyalty. The long-term effects, though, over time, they might feel caught in emotional conflicts or loyalty dilemmas, particularly if they begin to understand the complexities of their family relationships. They could also struggle with developing their own opinions and emotional independence. Validation and self-importance. Narcissists often seek validation from external sources to bolster their self-esteem. So by emphasizing her choice to prioritize her children's well-being over royal connections, Meghan can present herself as a modern, caring parent. This narrative can resonate with many, allowing her to garner support and admiration from the public. It reinforces her identity as someone who makes superior choices, contrasting her parenting style with what she might portray as outdated practices of the royal family. This need for validation can drive her to publicly showcase her parenting decisions as exceptional and enlightened. So some short-term effects that could happen to the children. The children might receive excessive praise and attention from their mother, boosting their confidence and making them feel uniquely special. This can lead to a strong sense of self at a young age. However, the long-term effect of this could result in them developing a dependency on external validation to feel worthy. They might struggle with self-esteem issues if they don't receive the same level of validation from others as they age, leading to potential narcissistic traits. Now, keep in mind, I am not even scratching the surface of how narcissistic mothers behave, okay? Because Usually, and this is unfortunately my experience, when there are two children or maybe more than two children in the household of a narcissistic parent, one child is the golden child. That child can do absolutely no wrong. And then the other children are the scapegoat. And I mean, in my family, there were two of us, but I was the golden child. And what ends up happening is, I mean, for me, what I've done is I've become a people pleaser. Because in order for me to maintain that role as the golden child, I had to be people pleasing all the time. And then you factor that in with, at a very young age, I met my malignant stepmother. The only tools I had were to people please. So even though this woman was doing really horrible things to me, I would smile and I would laugh when she would say really horrible things about me to my face. And I mean, it's not healthy behavior. So I just want to clarify that what I'm saying is a very simplified version, and this is assuming that she treats both children the same, and this is assuming many, many, many things. Okay, so this, just so that you all know, this is a very simplified version of what could be the effects of this particular behavior in preventing the children from seeing the royal family as a form of control. It could also be fear of criticism and rejection. Narcissists are particularly sensitive to criticism and may react strongly to perceived threats to their self-image. Meghan might fear that involving her children with the royal family could lead to negative scrutiny or rejection, both from the family and the media. By keeping her children away, she can avoid potential judgment or unwanted comparisons, protecting her self-esteem and maintaining a narrative that emphasizes her role as the primary advocate for her children's interests. So some short-term effects on the children as a result of this is that they may be protected from negative scrutiny, creating a comforting atmosphere. They might feel secure in their mother's love, believing they are shielded from judgment. And as they grow older, they may develop a heightened sensitivity to criticism and rejection, struggling to cope with feedback or challenges. This fear can hinder their personal growth and lead to anxiety in social situations. So I also want to say that children may not recognize the difference between true motherly love and a narcissist's motherly love. And I recognize that these are two very different things. So again, this is a very simplified version of the dynamics that could be happening. And yeah, again, it's a very simplified version. Okay, so the next one could be identity and independence. Narcissists often have a strong desire to establish their own identities, separate from family expectations or traditions. By distancing her children from royal ties, Meghan may be asserting her independence and signaling a rejection of traditional norms associated with royalty. This act of separation can be a way for her to create a unique family identity that aligns with her values and beliefs, because of course hers are the most important, emphasizing a more modern approach to parenting, in her opinion. It allows her to craft a narrative that her family is distinct and self-defined, rather than simply an extension of royal legacy. So short-term effects of this is that the children may develop a strong sense of individuality, encouraged by their mother's desire for them to stand out. They could explore unique interests and develop creative talents. However, long-term effects could be that they might struggle with defining their identity outside of their mother's expectations or narratives. This could lead to confusion about their place in the world and difficulty reconciling their identity with familial ties. And our final reason why Meghan might be keeping the children away from the royal family is she has perceived threats from the family. And remember, this is her perception, right? And we all know that perception is in the eye of the beholder, right? Okay, so if Meghan perceives the royal family as a threat to her authority or parenting choices, she may feel compelled to keep her children at a distance. This perception can stem from past conflicts, feelings of exclusion, or concerns about how her children might be treated. And again, these are her perceptions of feeling excluded. By maintaining distance, she can protect her family unit from potential emotional harm and ensure that her values remain at the forefront of her children's upbringing. This protective instinct is a typical of narcissistic behavior, where the focus is on safeguarding one's own interests and those of the immediate family. So some short-term consequences of this could be that the children might feel a sense of protection from their mother's decision to distance them from the royal family, fostering loyalty and trust within their immediate family unit. And conversely, as they grow up, they might develop a mistrust of others, especially authority figures or extended family members. This can hinder their ability to form healthy relationships outside their family and make them weary of seeking support from others. So with that, I'm going to start finishing up this video. So just in summary, everything I said here these are all hypotheticals, and these are all allegedly. And notice that in the short term for all of these, you may not notice it in the children's behavior, right? You may not notice it in the children because first of all, they don't know what they're missing. They may not even know much about the royal family or that they're related. Or I don't even know if they know they have cousins. But the long-term ones, I think these are very much possibility to happen. So I'm curious to know what you all think about this. Again, I am not a therapist, okay? So I am not giving professional advice, and I'm going to get things wrong. I'm going to tell you that right now. So I'm interested to know in what you all think. So please leave comments. Let me know what you think. And I'm very excited that you hung out till the end to listen to the end. If this was interesting to you, please like and subscribe. If you feel the need to share this video, please share it. And I will talk to you all very soon. Goodbye.